Hi everybody, I'm Andreea, and today's video is going to be a special one because I'm in LA and there's something that I've always wanted to do. I've always been bothered by my dark circles, and now I'm in my 30s, and I did my research, and there is a procedure that I could do to get rid of my under eyes. I found an amazing doctor after I've been looking for months and months, Dr. Deer, and you're gonna meet him in a second, and decided to work with him on this. I wouldn't call it a problem, it's just something that bothers me, and probably a lot of you don't even notice it that much. It's funny because I just got a message from my husband and he told me, you don't have to do this, you know that you look beautiful, and I'm like, I'm not doing this because I'm not happy with the way I look. It's just something that can improve my life. It's just a small improvement that I think is going to make me feel better about myself and look better. And I thought I should share this experience with you. I'm extremely nervous, like my palms are sweating. I'm wearing no makeup because I thought, what's the point of wearing makeup when going to the doctor? He needs to see exactly how you look like. I've also been talking with Dr. Deer on just looking at my skin and just my overall looks and have him decide what's good to do. I can see a little bit of, I wouldn't say aging signs, but I don't know how else I could name them. So he's gonna look at my skin and he's going to be the one deciding what is it that I truly need. Maybe, maybe he's gonna tell me I don't need any under eyes fillers, or mainly that is the reason why I came in here, so hopefully he's gonna do that. So I'll introduce you to Dr. Deer.
Hello, Andrea. How are you? Welcome to the office.
Hi, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. I'm Dr. Deer.
Andrea, nice
Welcome
to
to
meet
the
you.
office. You've traveled here for internationally, I believe.
Yes.
I'm so humbly honored. Where are you from?
I'm from Romania originally,
You're
but
Romanian?
now I live in Paris.
In Paris, huh? How long have you been there?
Only 2 years,
2
actually.
years? Well,
yes.
I guess that's a pretty good amount of time to make friendships. And
Yeah, I do have some pretty strong friendships in there, yeah.
Already, that's good. And then do you know your place, the favorite restaurants and all
Yes,
that?
absolutely. I am a foodie.
I mean, it's a foodie place, right? France.
It
yeah,
is.
I mean,
It's
that's
the
such a big,
perfect place to be the foodie.
Let's hear a little bit more. I want to know about your foodie, you said. Tell me about some of your hobbies. I'm sure you work very hard. You don't have much time.
So my hobby would be just to walk.
Walk, okay.
Just to enjoy
Be outside
the
and
sights,
just
be
take a breath,
outside.
right?
Exactly.
So you want to consume what you were built, like actually
Yes.
enjoy and be present. right?
Exactly.
Okay, so
exactly.
you do walk. Do you exercise regularly?
About 2-3 times a week.
Are you with anyone? Married, couple,
I am
dating?
married.
You're married?
I'm
Okay. How
married,
many years
yes.
have you been married?
This year I'll be 4 years.
4 years, congratulations.
Thank you.
And he or she's supportive of doing things on your face, or it's kind
Yes,
of
no,
just don't look crazy kind of attitude? Like,
He told me, I think you don't need it, but you're beautiful to me. And
well, that's sweet. The supportive ones in our lives, I always tell patients, if it's a rhinoplasty patient or if it's a facial rejuvenation, I would say the loved ones, if they say, I love you the way you are because you're beautiful, but I support you, that's pretty much as far as you can ever get. They're
Yes.
never going to say, do this. Well, it's so nice to meet you. I'm always humbled by people who come international, even here in LA, obviously, but the more people I meet online, and then, of course, I know that you're very busy traveling the world, so very humbled. A little bit about me is that I only do face. So I do nose jobs, better breathing, facelifts, a lot of facial implants, custom implants, Botox, fillers, trauma, and cancer, and that's all I do. I don't do breast, body, or liposuction. This right here is a lot of stress. This is what everyone's looking at, and I take a lot of that stress with me all the time, so this is good enough for me. In the process, as we do all, age, we all have something happening to us that's happening across the board. And today what I want to do is I use the mirror here, and I want you to know that this is everybody. I can use my face as well, but anytime I meet a new patient, I always want to go through the process of aging so you understand with me the options, and you and I will come to a joint decision of what we're going to do. I am not one of those surgeons who just circles things and then we just do it. That's not fair. So if we look in the mirror, everything in the aging process is actually volume changes. So skin gets thinner or deflates, the fat of the face gets thinner, so volume loss. And the second one is gravity. It pulls things down. So that's happening to all of us all over the body, but the face is very different. We have a skeleton that's holding it up. So As the skin gets thinner, if I use your forehead, raise up really high, these start to show these horizontal lines, and that's because the skin's getting thinner. Now you're seeing the paper being kind of folded. Over time, when the skin gets thinner, the paper is going to completely fold, and that's actually called a wrinkle. And that's why we say Botox Dysport. They stop that wrinkling from happening so you don't get that deep wrinkle. It's preventative. When done, when it's ready. Put your brows together. So you're actually very mild. These are 11 lines. I sometimes call them the husband lines or the wife lines, depending on who my patient is. I can usually count how many times you had an argument this week. Yours is very light, so you're very blessed. So this is called the Glabella or 11 lines. That's the second area that we do for Botox. They're very light. Smell vague. Again, smell like squint. You hardly have, oh, there we go. A little bit of crow's feet here, but again, very mild.
This?
Yeah.
It doesn't bother me.
It doesn't bother you, so we don't even have to treat that, but to get the brow up a little bit, I do need to treat those to relax the muscle.
Oh, I understand.
So if you do want the brow up, I say we try it. Botox is temporary, 3
Yes.
months. And
Just
if you don't like
3
it, yeah, I guarantee at least 3 months. Sometimes patients get 4 or 5 or 6. I guarantee at least minimum 3 months. I think you'll love it. If not, it goes away and we don't have to. But it's a good thing to start. Look in the mirror, this is our major part. This is our triangle of our face. But if you look at someone who's like a baby, like 7 years old, it's all volume over the cheek, right?
Yeah.
But as we all age, you don't have much, but it's all mild. Deflation occurs and gravity, and I have it as well. All of yours are mild, but they're starting. A hollowness under their eyes, because there's volume loss is less. The volume loss under the eyes occurs, and then now what happens is light scatters. That is why makeup artists are really good with putting a base to reflect light, and then it takes away this dark circle or hollow. So number 1, volume loss is here. Number 2 is as it descends, the gravity, smile line, frown line, and the neck skin sags down. So in a perfect world, the perfect facelift in the world, when the goal is to always lift up vertically and then bring back comfortably. And what happens is all 4 things are corrected. The process of fixing this, either A, my options for you are, how do I just put volume back and how do you fight gravity? You don't have much gravity because you're young, but you have volume loss. Gravity is always something surgical. Volume loss, we can put volume, put fillers back in. And I dress the eyes first. So under eyes here, the hollowness, I would like to address that with some filler. Other option is fat transfer, taking fat and injecting is a little bit more permanent. But fillers are great, they're reversible, they're temporary, but they last a fairly good amount of time, 9 months to a year. So number 1 is to fill this. 2 is because we've lost the support structure here, is voluma, which is not for augmentation.
Yes.
It is for enhancement for just one reason. If I can suspend, I never want to do that. If anything, I want to take all this cheek volume that we have and put some here to match it so it actually lifts it and so it doesn't look so projected and low. By suspending the cheek, I'm actually able to do a couple things. Number 1 is get you a hollow here back again. 2 is see how this lifts up? That will lift up. And when that color comes up, it makes a face that looks more square back into a heart. And it's probably where you put your contouring makeup in. And if you're ready today, of course, lips are one of my greatest specialties. I keep them looking very natural and just augment, it's almost like lip liner, the M, a little of the columns. Some body, you actually have beautiful body to the lip. But that's something I would say, you don't have to, but it's something that I would love to maybe give you a little bit. It would be very mild and not going for anything more.
I know it sounds so arrogant, but I believe I'm beautiful.
You should.
And I wouldn't want to change my face. I just want to improve.
Enhance, okay.
Enhance, exactly, what I already have.
Okay.
So the only thing that kind of bothers me, probably I'm the only one that sees it, when I talk and I'm serious and I talk, you can see like only a side of my tooth, like this is like this.
Lower, there's an entry.
Exactly.
Okay,
like
so
that's kind of weird.
If I filled this volume just from here, look at the mirror, from here to here, if I just give you a little volume to make that go away, would that make you feel comfortable?
I mean, I also want to know your opinion if you think
I think that because, again, you are more conservative. You've told me that, you think you're beautiful. I think you are.
Thank you.
What I want to do for my patients is always find out what I can do to take away insecurities, because only then I can make people happy, and everyone's different. And so hearing that, I think if I fix your asymmetry, and that's it, I think that's good enough. If you let me, I would put maybe a little bit of my arrows, a little bit of here and here, just to give a little bit more of the columns. I call it my arrow technique. My bow and arrow technique means the bow is here to like accentuate the M. You already have that. You want to just do a very conservative, almost nothing to the lip just to give it a little bit of fullness? Okay, I think that's fair. We're gonna do the lips, but we just want to go too hard, right?
I don't want to look. I've seen a lot of bad results, in my opinion.
I've seen a lot of bad ones walking around as well.
Exactly, but you're the only doctor that actually I've looked at all the videos that there are out there with your work, and I have never seen anything done like overdone or anything artificial. You have always managed to have the patient look like themselves after the treatment. And for me, that was like all I needed to see to be convinced that you are the right doctor for me.
You're very sweet. You made my day. Well, and that's a good thing, because sometimes when people write on social media, we put things out and someone writes, I don't notice it, I actually think it's a compliment.
I also wanted to ask you, because a lot of people ask me, when would be a right age to do something like fillers or Botox? When do you suggest to a patient that, yes, you could start?
That's a great question. Because there are so many people who do it, it's a tough thing, because there's a lot of people who are just going to do it on anyone who walks through the door. This is my personal opinion, is that there are certain ages when you should start something, and it comes with maturity, and also it comes with age. For example, a rhinoplasty is because the nose has to be developed fully. So 15, 16 in a female, 16, 17 in a male. And then it comes down to me meeting the patient to see if they're mentally ready. I do the same thing with Botox and fillers. There has been a study that came out that showed that Botox is preventative for wrinkles. So I get a lot of young patients coming in their early 20s. I want prevention from wrinkles. That's half the truth, because if you have thick skin, it's not started the creasing process. So sure, it'll help you look great, but it's not preventative. It's preventative around your early 30s when the skin starts to thin a little bit, and now you're about to get that fold. So I tell patients, late 20s, early 30s is the time to start talking about it. And then at that point, anyone younger than that, I usually do a long hour conversation to tell them, obviously it's an expensive item. It is something that requires maintenance. I would like them to focus, of course, on school, education, their life. But if I get this feeling that they're mature and they're about to go somewhere else, I'd rather have them stay in my practice so I can keep them safe, because I'm so slow and conservative with things. So the answer really truly is every patient's different. Mid-20s, late 20s, Botox starts. 30s to 40s, somewhere in there, skincare, chemical peels, fillers, lasers, and then of course after 40, now it comes down to possibly doing surgical things. So that's kind of the general answer, but again, it's very important to meet each patient and to treat them all like an individual. So let's get started. I'm going to numb you up. Are you ready to go?
Okay, yes.
All right, let's do this.
Let's do this.
All right. I want you to close your eyes and just know that I'm going to make this a very comfortable experience, okay? So I want you to keep your eyes closed and we'll talk you through this. I'm going to touch the right side of your face. Great job. Open up your mouth for me. Good. Put your teeth together. Don't clench too hard. I'm going to shake you now to distract you, and that's as much as you're going to feel. You're going to feel a little bit of a burning sensation now. That is the numbing stuff. There you go. Great job. How was that? Was that too bad?
No.
Okay, good.
It's really fast.
These are going to feel like little bee stings. These are where I'm going to enter with my cannula. I don't want to get bruises, so what I do is I put a little bit of numbing medicine where I'm going to enter. So you're going to feel these little pokes, okay? So Botox and fillers. People love saying Botox fillers, they don't really know which one's which. So I'll do a little quick explanation. Botox is for fine wrinkles, so the ones in the forehead, these ones, and these smile lines. That takes about 1 to 3 days to start working, 7, 10 days, a little bit more, but 2 weeks no matter what, then that's the result. So it's more of a delayed excitement. Fillers are actually adding volume, and that's the instantaneous love. So you're gonna see that instantaneously today. And that's the more fun one, because obviously you get to see the changes. But I'm gonna start with the Botox while you're numbing, okay? All right, so this is a small Botox needle. It's a 30 gauge, which means it's very small. It's almost like a mosquito. And just a little, I numbed her up, and you can see that she's really comfortable. And just a little drop for the brow. And that's all we're gonna do. How's that discomfort-wise?
It's completely okay.
Perfect. All right, now this is your beautiful color, a nice little orange base. This is for sterilization, okay? I treat all my procedures as if they're surgeries to keep it safe and clean. This is like almost like contouring what you do. All right, so this orange betadine is just for sterility, so I'm just gonna tone it down. We'll clean it up at the end when we show the result. All right, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna start this off with a small opening through the skin. Good. So everyone gets fearful of the needle. I want to tell patients that their comfort is important to me, so I want them to be numb, which she's numb. So pain control is very important. Number two is, although it looks like a long needle, I want everyone to understand that through 1, 2, or 3 openings, I'm able to treat the entire eye region, and the needle itself has no sharp end, it's blunt. So there should be no fear. This is not gonna hurt anything. So I want you to show my fingers touching it. So I want patients to understand the length of the needle is more important for getting less holes and less needle marks. You get less swelling, you get a little bit more of a surgical approach to where you put the volume. So again, the length, please don't worry, that's blunt. So by starting this out, just hear my voice. I'm going to talk you through this. And what you're going to do is I'm going to get started. And this should feel like no pain. I'm already started, but this first part, I'm being very honest with you, it's going to be a little painful, so just hold on. And the gel itself that I'm injecting has a numbing medicine in it, and that pain should go away, okay? Okay, here, number 2 is going to be about 70% of the pain. Okay, here's about 30% of the pain you'll feel today. Great job. And here's about 0. There you go. How you doing?
Great.
Good. My left hand here is my surgical hand. It keeps everything safe. And my right hand is the one that's injecting and doing the small bit amounts of moves that I need to do. You're doing great. And what we're doing is we're filling up the tear trough region, which is the hollow. So what I'm doing is I'm treating the lower lid by adding volume. This gives us more of a rested look. She will need less makeup around the eye region. Do you see how I'm treating this portion versus this portion? You see that it's improving. You see a little bit of a difference between the two sides. All right, so this is again, I'm coming from the one. This is the only second opening I've done. So therefore you get less bruising. I don't want to get a chance of swelling too much. So I'm treating the whole outside of the lower lid through one little opening here. And again, I'm using that needle that looks long, but there's no sharp end on it, so it's not going to hurt anything. And as you can see, we're building up the lower lid. As we do age, I said volume loss and gravity. A lot of the gravity from here comes inferiorly, so we get a little bit more of a fullness here. By dressing this, you're going to see that we're going to change your face back up to where it was more of a heart shaped. And this is very exciting to see because it happens instantly. Again, this is a little different technique, but this is going to go exactly where I would put a cheek implant if I did implants on her. But what we're doing is very subtle, just addressing some of the cheek region. As you can see, she's very comfortable. I'm going to ask you though, are you comfortable?
I don't feel anything.
Good, I'm so happy to hear that. And that is elevating your face. So I'm going to wipe you down on that side. Then we're going to do a quick look of what we've done for shape. You can tell me if you want. Keep your eyes closed. You can tell me if you want a little bit more under the eyes or not. I think we're pretty good. So I just wanted to show you a start.
Is this how it's going to look in the next few days, or it's going to come down?
It's going to come down. It's swollen right now.
I feel like it's a little bit.
It's good. If you think it's big, good.
Yes,
because
I think it's big.
coming down. Just from me putting anything there is going to swell. And that's the part that you're going to feel that, oh my gosh, what have I done? Remember I told you that week? It always comes down. So the goal for her lip is not to make it much bigger. We're just going to add a little volume. Again, cannula technique. You might feel a little bit of pressure. That's normal. Because I had to use that different medicine because you get your heart rate goes up as a dentist. So it might not last as long either. So if you need me to give you more, I can always give you more as well. You mind relaxing your jaw so I can see that asymmetry of your tooth? Okay. Again, this is not going to hurt the lip. It's a blunt needle. That's all I'm going to do for her. Mini one on the bottom just to give her some more pout. So what I like to do is this is the bow and arrow technique that I utilize in my practice. The bow and arrow technique means that just do the minimal needed to make a lip look pretty. We don't want to look like a duck lip or a joker lip. You do that by just doing the lip liner, which is the arrow portion of the bow. And you can see that that instantly makes the lip look more full by just doing a little bit on the border of the lip, just like doing lip liner. And the last part of a lip is that Cupid's bow. So this is the arrow portion here. These arrows, they come into the nose area. We're just gonna give a little bit of a enhancement. And as you'll see now, it'll just complete the lip. It's very subtle, like that. So that is the right side of her lip. We're gonna match the other side now. I just did the butt of the tooth, gave a little bit of the border, gave you a little bit of this and a little pillow here. It's very subtle on the lower, but you see how it's a little higher here? It fits a little bit better, and it's not sticking out. Okay, same thing as last time. You're gonna feel a little pressure. You're gonna feel pain right here, okay? That pain is normal, and I'm gonna give you some numbing medicine right to where it needs to go. Good. Now you're gonna feel about 80% of the pain.
There's really no pain.
Oh, great. So I'll just shut up. Again, I just want to make sure that you all know she's not feeling any pain, right?
No.
Yep, and the needle is blunt, so it's not going to hurt anything. It's just long so that I can treat the whole thing from minimal amount of openings. Done, actually. So I'm going to do again the lip liner, which is the arrow. Good. Done. All right. You did it. Congratulations. Again, I'm just doing a quick massage to make sure they're smooth. So with the lip, what we did was we got the M to be symmetrical. She had a little bit of increase of volume here. She said her tooth used to show, so smile big. I'm trying to make sure so your teeth don't show. Let me have a little bit right here I want to put. You can't smile fully because of the numbing medicine. And one shade bigger is what we want because it's swollen right now. Under eyes, I just treated from here to here and here to here to get the tear troughs down.
Okay.
I went subtle because I don't want to get a shelf. So just from me squeezing you, you get swollen. Just from me, I hardly put anything in the lip and it's swollen.
Yes, I get.
You know, you get swollen, easily red, easily swollen. So already, this is more swollen from me just pushing on it.
Yeah, I understand.
And so you do get a swelling of the skin, and then as it comes down, that's why 7 to 10 days up to 14, that's when I say that's the final result.
Perfect.
Okay.
I still want to be my
yourself.
Romanian self.
I think
I
it looks
already
great.
love it.
I'm already looking forward to the results.
Thank you so much.
You did amazing. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
All
Thank you. I feel swollen AF. And I came outside so you can have a good look at this face. You know what I'm saying? The doctor told me, tomorrow you're gonna hate me. You're gonna say, well, why the hell did I do this? He was right. This is my day after I've had the doctor appointment. He told me that I'm going to be the most swollen. I have a little bit of foundation on. I feel my face like a watermelon. I definitely love the result, but he told me that this is not the final result, that I'm totally swollen right now. But so far, so good.
Running around like dollars in the wind, bending over backwards just to let you in. I told you that one day ain't never enough. You tell me I hate you, I still call you up. If we don't got trust.
Guys, I wanted to tell you that this is how my skin looks like after a week of having that procedure done. I'm in Cannes right now, so I decided that this is the best light. I'm in a car. I have light coming from everywhere, so that's why I decided to do this now. To tell you that I do feel a little bit uncomfortable with my cheeks in here being larger. The doctor said that this is going to resorb, so I'm okay with it, but I wouldn't touch this part again. This is, it's cute. Like everybody tells me, oh my god, it looks so beautiful and natural. The fillers that he did under my eyes, because that was the reason why I actually went to see the doctor. That is just a great thing. I'm so glad that I did it, and I would probably do that again, you know, in a few years. This is how my lips look like. I feel like I look so rested. Overall, I'm very, very happy with the way my face looks like. I feel like I need less concealer, less makeup. I don't look younger though. I thought I'm going to look like I'm 25, but I don't. So if you're doing that to look younger, maybe it's gonna work for you, but it did not work for me for sure. I hope you guys enjoyed this whole experience. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you're not subscribed already. And I'll see you in my next video. Bye!